In what has become a regular occurrence, federal and state authorities announced Wednesday they've rounded up several leased Contra Costa gang members on serious charges. This time, it was a violent conflict between warring gangs from opposite sides of the county that led to authorities charging 8 members of the Broad Day Gang, based in Antioch and Pittsburgh, with conspiracy, pimping, gun possession and a number of other felony counts. The arrests were made in November, but not announced until this week. County prosecutors charged alleged gang members Darnell Nellie Lash, 24, Javon Keith Boyd, 22, Azell Jenkins, 29, Dashiad Lash, 21, Vance Sumblin, 20, Lester Curry, 20, Larry Big L. Goins Jr., 32, and Javel Cooksey, 19, with a 7-count criminal complaint. Curry, Jenkins, Darnell Lash and Dashiad Lash were charged with conspiracy to commit murder. They've pleaded not guilty and their preliminary hearing began on Monday. Boyd, wanted on murder charges related to a Pittsburgh homicide, was arrested in Jackson, Mississippi, during the operation, authorities said. Police said Boyd's victim, Andrew Moffett, 47, was an innocent bystander shot while Boyd was aiming at another man he suspected had stolen a gun from him. Contra Costa District Attorney Diana Beckton praised the FBI Safe Streets Task Force for heading up the investigation, calling the arrests specifically significant to the safety and well-being of the citizens of Pittsburgh. The arrests mark a successful and significant disruption of a neighborhood gang whose associates allegedly committed serious criminal acts, including armed robberies, shootings in public areas, human trafficking and murder, Beckton said. According to court records, the gang has been linked to at least 5 homicides in Contra Costa, and is believed to have a violent rivalry with a North Richmond gang that has branched out to Antioch in recent years. The bust is the latest large-scale investigation aimed at curbing gang violence in Contra Costa. Over the past 2 years, the DA, FBI and local police departments have teamed up to conduct wiretap operations and file conspiracy charges against members of more than a half-dozen local gangs. The takedown of this violent neighborhood gang is exactly what the FBI's Safe Streets program is designed to do: dismantle dangerous gangs and eliminate the threats of violence in our neighborhoods, FBI Special Agent John Bennett said. There has been a concentrated, ongoing effort in Contra Costa County to thwart dangerous gang activity from infiltrating the community, and those efforts will continue into the new year. Court documents allege that in October, the gang made phone calls discussing a plot to murder a rival gang member. In one call between Dashiad Lash and Jenkins, the two allegedly signaled they'd found their intended victim, saying target spotted and game time. In other calls, they talked about following their intended victim through Pittsburgh, expressing hope that he would travel to a secluded area, because, "I ain't trying to do no drive-by in downtown Pittsburgh," according to court records. These are people who commit violence during daylight hours, Bennett said. They are very brazen and don't care about being seen. Members of the gang are also alleged to have installed a 30-round magazine on a pistol and modified it to make it fully automatic. They were heard on calls discussing firearm sales, and authorities say they collected evidence the gang was selling cocaine, heroin and marijuana, according to court records. At one point, sheriff's deputies pulled over Darnell Lash, on probation for an assault with a firearm conviction, and searched his car but were unable to find a gun he stashed under the floor. But later that day, Dashiad Lash discussed the incident with Azell on a tapped phone call. "They didn't find it?" Azell asked, apparently referring to the gun. "Hell nah," Lash replied, according to a transcript. "Now we know it's a good tucky though," Azell said, using a slang term that refers to a hiding place. After that call, Richmond police found and searched the vehicle again, and recovered a pistol. During the investigation, police say they uncovered evidence that Darnell Lash and other gang members were soliciting a woman on prostitution websites. In one call, Lash allegedly discussed giving her a black eye, according to court records. He allegedly solicited the woman in Santa Rosa, Fullerton, Anaheim, Hollywood, and throughout the Bay Area. According to police gang expert testimony, the small gang has been active since the 1990s, when it was formed in Pittsburgh's El Pueblo neighborhood under a different name. In 2011, it expanded into the Sycamore Drive corridor, a roughly mile-long stretch in Antioch. The gang now has about 24 members, who have been in conflicts with other gangs in Antioch and North Richmond. Earlier this year, 2 members, Gary Bryant Jr. and Diallo Jackson, were convicted of murdering a 23-year-old man during a robbery attempt. Another East Contra Costa resident, Anthony Mobutus Jr., faces still unresolved murder charges that allege he shot and killed a rival gang member at a Pittsburgh gas station in 2015, to benefit the gang. Mobutus sued an Antioch policeman who shot him during a 2014 incident. Bennett said the FBI Safe Streets Task Force made 70 arrests and recovered 50 guns in Contra Costa this year, and that it has planned more operations next year. "We will not stop. 2018 is going to be an even bigger year," Bennett said. "These gangs need to start looking over their shoulders.